It's not just people who live in the burn areas who need to be concerned about this storm. Homeowners who own property on hillsides could be at risk for slides.
Eyewitness News reporter David Gonzalez joins us live from Newport Beach and spoke to an expert on what you need to know. David.
Giovanna, even though Newport Beach Back Bay is not part of that evacuation order, there are warning signs like the one you see behind me. This one lets people know of possible damage on the roadway, so people need to be extra careful. But when you look off to the side, you see this hillside that's covered in sandbags and tarps. They've been laid out in portions of this hillside to protect it from possible landslides.
You can imagine, like, so it gets muddy, and it's much easier for one layer on top of the other to slide off a slope.
Orange County communities built on hillsides are preparing for a powerful winter storm to move through Southern California. Sandbags and tarps are laid out in some areas to protect slopes from the rain. The moisture could trigger landslides, especially in recently burned areas.
Due to the loss of vegetation, which is one natural solution to provide stabilization of the slope, and also maybe the lack of any drainage system there. Those areas that are now dry, that are burned, is really easy for those to slide down.
UC Irvine civil engineering professor Ann Lemnitzer says there are two types of land movement.
We see those type of landslides in either superficial form, where it only happens at the surface, or we can see deeper seated landslides, where the soil loses its strength and then it slides down as a whole mass.
There are signs homeowners in vulnerable areas can look for.
If you see slight movements and in an initially flat area you see cracks in your soil and you have a slope adjacent, this is typically an indicator that there is some movement along the slope.
Lemnitzer recommends using tarps to cover up specific spots, but calls it a temporary solution.
It would prevent an immediate direct infiltration of the water onto the ground surface, right? So the tarping could be an effective short-term solution, but in the long term it does not, because the water also comes in from the sides and from the top and from behind, and you can't prevent that.
As you can see, though, some people are doing what they can to try to stop this moisture from seeping into the hillsides. We have sandbags and tarps laid out here, and Newport Beach Back Bay is known to have had landslides in the past, so everyone out here, of course, asked to stay on high alert and, of course, be ready to go if needed. Reporting live in Newport Beach, David Gonzalez, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC 7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel, and download the ABC 7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.